Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Growing Clip Bonsai for seniors. My name is Tom Novak, and today is June 30th of 2025. It's Monday. It's 83 degrees Fahrenheit or 28 degrees Celsius. We're doing some tuff weeding on my Cotoneaster. And this is a Thumb Cotoneaster. Mr. Clock says it's about 11:48 a.m., almost hitting high noon. So we got a lot of weeds on this Cotoneaster. You know, with all the things going on, I didn't have a chance to do a lot of weeding and stuff. So I'm doing that now. We're going to do some cleanup on it. But you can see there's a lot of tough weeds in here. So what I did is I wet everything down. And right now I'm pulling all these old junks on there, weeds and everything, and man, this thing is loaded with ants. So that goes into the garbage, and then the garbage will have to be thrown out. There's tons there. Right now we're going to pull some of this out and really get your hand in there and pull this old stuff out. No matter what's in there, there's thousands of ants. So what I'm going to do, kill them all off. I'm ruining their nest, their colony nest. But that's okay, we got to get all this junk out of here. And here's the sticker. I planted this on July 10th of 2024. I named it Tiny Tim, but it's really a Tom Thumb. Mr. Clock says it's almost high noon. Let's take all this stuff out. All this. Get in there with your fork. Get this all out. Whatever weeds are in there, out. Don't be afraid, just go in there and be ruthless. There's a lot of weeds that you gotta really gravitate in there to get it out. And this steak fork is very good at getting stuff out like this. I'm gonna say, Tom, what are you gonna do with all this soil? Well, we got stuff. Still a little bit of a sore throat, but I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. All this garbage out of here. Sometimes you got to be really rough with it. There. Now, Tom Thumb is usually a sprawling tree, and you can see I have a rock where it's grown over it. I mean, under here, to hold it into place. This is mainly like a sandy soil. I forgot what I put in there. So what we're going to do, there's a lot there. There's a lot of bugs. But, you know, that's the nature of the beast. When you work in soil, that's what you get. And that's why it's good to have your garbage can there. Because that way there, you can throw it all out later. Now, we have to look at our tree, and you can see it's got that nice windswept look. So all I'm going to do, take my ironwood tool and just cut this piece off right here. And get in there real close. I do not know if it'll root, but we'll stick it in some water. and they're grown up and around. You can see how the base is over here, how it's leaning. So all we're going to do is take that piece off, this piece off, and you know nothing cuts wood like iron wood. There we go. Now we want this to be a little bit more of a sprawling tree. You can see how the tree's looking. And we're going to pull this rock back a little bit the best we can. I don't want to repot it. Now, does Tom have soil? Well, I don't know. Let's see what we got left over here. Let's see what's in our magic bucket. Oh no, this is just pine bark nuggets. So, let's go into this bucket. And we got some cherry grit and cocoa core mixed. So we can fill in our bottom here. Get some new soil in there before we do any pruning. I want to fill in the gaps. That's what you get when you don't get prepared for the video, because it's going to be another hot one today. I want to get this all done. Mr. Spoon's coming out. There we go. And I got a gift from Sinox. He has a good gaming channel. Now you can see how we dress it up. And we really put it in. And this will go back outside because we really didn't do any hard work to it. But we want that windswept look. So right now we don't... Excuse me. What a throat today, I'm telling you. So I'm going to cut this back a little bit. We're just going to trim it up. And I'm going to cut it back to about here. All I want to do is get some of this so it gets a little bit bushier on the top, yet it still maintains its windswept look, because a Tom Thumb is a good Cotoneaster to work with because it stays low and it creeps. So we're going to cut these off to the side right here, because we want everything to start growing this way, just like that. Now I got one starting to come here, but I'm going to cut it back to here, and we're just going to prune the tops off to make it a little bit lower, right back down to there. This one I can cut back down more that I cut right there to dress it up. I think something like this will work. And I really watered it really good. And you can see how the tree is up. It should have been up like that. Because this way here, it'll look like it's up in the air and growing. So that's what we got to do. We got to get it firmed in. I guess because of the weight of the snow from last winter, it really did a number on it. So we just wanted to get up a little bit. And we got the little bit of our rock showing there. There we go. Let's give it a little bit of water to wash it all in. Not little cuts, you don't have to do no lipstick or nothing. No, we're going to wash that rock off. I don't know if we can lift the rock any. Let's see if we can just... No, that rock is all the way to the bottom. Yep, we got that rock all the way to the bottom. So let's just get everything here. So the tree gets pushed up a little bit. Don't be afraid. We're just correcting it because the weight of the snow and everything and the leaves really weighted it down. So I'm going to have to put maybe styrofoam under here in the wintertime when I overwinter it in a microclimate, so it doesn't fall down, and they're real good. And you can see some of the leaves are still here. So we'll get that out of the way. And I think later on, if I can find some moss, I'll use some moss there. Make a little bit of a grassland. Now this one's a little bit too tall, so we're going to cut it back to here. I'm going to try to have this all as a mound shape. So even though if it runs out, this is just like a tree being tossed and turned by the wind. There we go. Now, do I have some finer chicken grit mix? I don't know. Let me see what we've got in here. No, this is our... that one there, that was from our mix from our, I think it was our lemon tree. So we're going to leave that there with the pine bark. But I think like this is good. And then Sinox sent me this. It was in the mail. I got it this morning. Because I was talking about this and he thought a nice type of, I think this is a cougar, would look good walking towards some shade. Going underneath the shade of the tree out of the hot sun. Just like that. What do you think? Going to lay down on the rock, keep cool, and we go from there. I think that is perfect. Just for now, just to get it going. Now I could, I still have some 50-50 mix of a seed starter. We can fill in a little bit of the gaps. See, I knew I had some left. And this will give us a nice fine layer. A nice fine layer of soil. So this way here, when I find some moss, I can stick some in there. Because right now with all this heat, none of the moss is growing. I got nothing in the cracks of the sidewalk or nothing. There we go. It would have been different if the cat was laying down, but this one's nice. I think we can just put them this way. Coming into the fore and to look under the tree. I think right over here. So Sinox, I thank you for this good statue you got. I know someone mentioned about a cougar laying in a tree, but I couldn't find nothing small enough. And I think on the last time when everybody was making a comment, Sinox sent this to me, so I figure, cool. And Sinox runs a gaming channel, so if you're into gaming, he runs a good channel. So there we go. Flatten it out over the rock. Keep it like that. Have our cat coming out of the hot sun. And he's going to go in and lie under the tree. Now, you're going to say, Tom, what would happen if you put this into the house for the winter time? Well, with all the bugs and stuff, you would really have to get some diatomaceous earth and put it on there so it kills everything into the soil running around. But if, like for ants, they sell the beads from Arabico Organics, where they really, you put it down, and the nematodes go into the soil and they kill off the queen ant. Once you kill off the queen, you kill off the rest. So there we go. We got our tiger. Well, it's not a tiger. It's got to be a cougar. There we go. I'll have to look it up. But there you have it. Going under the tree to get some, to lay in the shade and spend the rest of the day cooling himself off. So we'll put on here, I'll have to change the name. It's not Tiny Tim. I thought it was Tiny Tim, but there's no Tiny Tim. It's a Tom Thumb Cotoneaster. You say, Tom, that's not how you say the name. Well, you say tomato, I say tomato, you say potato, I say potato. So you say what you want, but I call it a Cotoneaster. That's what we call it all over here. So I have to have some hot tea, clear up this throat a little bit, and go from there. So you know what tonight is. It's Monday night. It's comedy night. George Burns and Gracie Allen, Jack Benny, Armis Brooks. There's a whole mess. That is, the Bickersons, which is really good. So sit back and enjoy a good old-fashioned, old-time radio show. And don't be afraid. When you get weeds, pull them out. I don't do the videos outside because it's so hot out there right now. That would be no good to do it. And let's not get the cat dizzy. So I'm going to take this outside, throw the garbage out. My big bag of garbage. And go from there. So you take care, everybody. Have a good day. Cup of tea. That's what I'm going to have right now. Good Lord. Should have never had them frozen blueberries. Take care. Mr. Clock says it's high noon. I'm going to have to fix the blade on there. Yep. The blades, I got it 5 minutes off kilter. So you take care, everybody. Have a good day. Comedy night. Cup of tea. I'm going to have one right now and take a break.